Hey, this is Prina.
And this is Georgie.
And welcome
to Uncensored Nonsense. This is a show where we essentially talk about nonsense
with our unfiltered thoughts.
And to celebrate that this is our first episode, we should start by giving a little bit of an introduction to ourselves. So I'll go first. So I'm Georgie. I'm currently a second year studying arts and science at Monash, which is very cool.
Yep. And I'm Prina. I'm an international student from Zimbabwe. And I study a Bachelor of Business and Media Communications.
Fun stuff. So what are we talking about this week, Prina?
So this week we hope that this is an interesting topic for everyone. It's Monash Love Letters. And if you don't know what Monash Love Letters is, it's essentially a Facebook page where people post anonymous love confessions. And hopefully the person who they're talking about sees it.
We're essentially just going to be opening up everybody's deep, anonymous thoughts and analysing them for everyone's entertainment.
Yeah, give our own opinions, unwanted opinions.
That's why it's unfiltered nonsense,
though. We deserve to talk about your issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Prina and I have gone off and selected different love letters. We haven't told each other which ones that we've selected. So... That's part of the fun. Mm-hmm. So you're going to go first. What's your first love letter?
Yeah, okay. So my first love letter is, okay. It says, have known this guy for quite a bit and have started to catch feelings. I don't know why, but I'm so conflicted with choosing to tell someone I like them versus being able to just remain friends. Because if you just stay friends, then at least there isn't the potential / possibility to eventually become strangers again. I don't know. I guess I want to ask, why is it worth telling someone you like them?
Well, first off, this person sounds like such a romantic at heart.
I know.
Like, they wrote that so poetically.
Yes. And look, we can all understand the feeling of like, there's someone and you start to see them in a different light, but then they're also your friend. So there's some stakes to it.
Exactly.
You don't want to confess and then get rejected, number one. Number two, if they don't feel the same way, now it's ruined the friendship and made it awkward.
But also, if they're seeing each other regularly, like, for instance, I feel like it's okay if it's one of those, if it's in class, you're only going to see each other for 12 weeks. If something goes wrong, you can easily get out of it. But if you know this person regularly, like in a group situation, that's rough. Yeah.
And I guess with class things, it's very difficult to determine, are they just like a friendly person? And also, how do you get close to people in class? Because it's very difficult. People they come in, do what they got to do, and then they dip. But
I feel like it's the same for the teachers though. Like they ask the question and then no one responds.
That is true. But this person has asked, why is it worth telling someone you like them? And see, this is a very thought-provoking question. Like why should you tell someone you like them? Especially if you're unsure if they like you back. There are people who you can kind of see the signs like, oh, okay, maybe they do like us. But then people you're really unsure about. What do you think, Georgie?
See, I feel like my strategy would be not to go ahead and do it. I feel like you should test the waters first. Like you should plant some seeds first before you actually start sprouting.
That is so true. That is so true.
Because isn't there that, there's a saying like, oh, you never miss a shot you don't take or something like that? Like, if this is seriously a situation where you know that you probably won't see this person again or it'd be very hard to, there shouldn't be, take the shot.
Yeah.
And if you're too nervous to, which I completely understand because I would be too, plant seeds. See the vibe before you go. That way, if it's kind of awkward, you can backpedal and run away.
That's true. Like, maybe flirt with them here and there. If they show that they're flirting back, then maybe they're also interested. But also determine whether they're a flirty person in general or whether they are flirting with you specifically.
Because that's actually a hard thing to kind of grasp because I've met so many people who are just really great conversationalists who kind of have a flirty personality, but they are never interested romantically.
That is
and it's so
true.
hard. It's so hard to get the vibe.
Like, I know one of my friends, he's like a flirty person to the point where multiple people would be asked, oh, are you dating? Like me, and then like they'd ask me, and then they'd also ask another friend who's a girl of his, are they dating? And it's like, no, that's just him. But like he has a very flirty personality.
Yeah. But then I also wonder for them if that makes it hard to actually date themselves, because I guess they'd feel like everyone's trying to flirt with them or whatnot. So I don't know. Like, I feel like it'd be a double-edged sword, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, I agree.
So before we jump into the next question, we actually have a special surprise mid-episode guest. It's Sass.
Oh my God. On our first episode, this is good luck.
On our first episode.
This is good luck.
Exactly.
Wow, you guys are very impressive.
We have a ray of sunshine.
Already got a guest.
We have a ray of sunshine.
You just have too many friends. You're just going to have a
But is that ever a problem?
No.
No, exactly.
So the question we have right now is, why is it worth telling someone you like them?
Why is it worth it? Right. Okay. One, because they might like you back.
Yeah. And what if they don't?
Well, I haven't had that issue. So, sounds like an issue for other people than me.
Okay. It worked out for Sass.
It worked out for Sass.
So the going strong.
The advice
love
is that if you're Sass, just go for it.
Yeah,
just go for it. Just go for it. You never know what can happen.
Exactly.
If they don't like you back, it's probably not meant to be.
Yeah, it's a good thing that
honestly,
like they're not your they're not your person, you know?
No. And this may sound cliche, but there really are plenty of fish in the sea. I know it doesn't feel like it sometimes, but there's I think about 7 billion humans on the planet.
Yeah.
This one person is not going to make or break that.
It also shows that you're brave and you're confident. You can admit how you feel about someone, even if they don't like you back and you face rejection. The fact that you had the courage to do this and tell someone this shows that, you know, you have some bravery.
Exactly.
I have a theory. I have a theory that you'll only fall into a relationship when you're not looking for one.
Yeah. See, I feel like I've heard that. I've yet to see that actually happen.
I feel as though if you're thinking, oh my goodness, I want to be with this person, I want to be with this person, I need to be in a relationship so bad, it sort of implies that you need someone to depend on. And until you're comfortable with yourself, then they'll find you. And
I agree
the
with
universe
that.
will send you.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that.
Well, and it's interesting too, because you see so many toxic relationships where where certain people haven't developed a sense of self.
Yeah.
And they rely too much on the other person for their personality and who they are as a person.
Yeah. Because they put all their effort into the pursuit instead of like, oh, hold on a second, I don't know who I am.
What other eggs in other
how it's
baskets?
like to be with myself.
Yeah, I live by like this motto where you can only make yourself happy and you shouldn't depend on anyone else but yourself for happiness. You could be in a relationship, and if you depend on that person for happiness, the moment they stop, then there's a problem in the relationship. You know? Whereas if you can find self-fulfillment by yourself, then it shows that okay, you want to be with this person out of choice, you know?
So true.
Not out of dependency.
Choice.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, shall we move on to the next question, ladies?
Yes,
Let's do it.
Yes.
So somebody asks, how fast do girls lose interest? Genuinely curious. I feel like I can picture the person who wrote this.
The second an ick somewhat develops, done.
Yep.
Over.
Also, like, they could just say something that is so not icky, but the way they think can just put me off.
I'll be caught on it forever.
Like I will, like, just the way like their mindset is about certain things. Obviously not everyone will agree on things, but they could be like really handsome, but I would just be like, okay, now I can't tolerate you because of that one thing.
It's over. No, I had a experience with this one guy where he was very attractive. But the more I got to know him and the more that came out of his mouth, the more I was genuinely off-put.
Ew.
Yeah.
Just because, like, some of the stuff that can come out of a guy's mouth, you don't anticipate. And it's just
You
like,
really
why would you
don't.
say that?
I honestly don't even think it's that we're stubborn or that it's that we're non-forgiving. I think it's genuinely just like once I see that side of you, it's
the attraction's
done.
not coming back.
Yeah.
The interest is not coming back.
Yeah.
You've
yeah.
shown that you don't align with me and it doesn't work.
Yeah, so it can't, how do I say this? It doesn't necessarily mean that it'll take months to just lose interest in a person. It could really be a random Monday at 2 p.m. and I'm just like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Exactly.
Girl knows what she wants. and
Exactly.
you can't change that. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Exactly. So it's not, to answer the person's question, how fast doesn't really matter. It's more so just who that person is and how quickly it takes for them to show themselves
Yes.
and how
Exactly.
quickly we react to that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And whether or not you're keeping my interest
Mm.
by adding value to my life. If you're not adding value to my life anymore, that's when I'm going to lose
Exactly.
interest in you.
Exactly. And the whole thing of, you know how some guys will be so nonchalant or act like they don't care
Mm.
and that, like, I don't care about you either, you know. I can lose interest in you. You're not an asset to me right
Prina
now.
holds the power.
You're not valuable to me right now.
Well, I mean, for me personally, I can speak on, I've prioritized a lot of friendships this year.
I love
Instead of actually going after guys, because I feel like if you've got that good foundation, that's not going to move.
Well, is that fulfilling you enough?
It does.
Exactly.
It does. And so I remember I went on this date with a guy and I'm like, I could go and spend time with my friends or I could go out on a date with a guy. And I'm like, you know what? This year, I just don't feel like putting my time and energy into the guy.
Mhm.
And so what's it called? It fluctuates. Who knows? Maybe next year. But
You'll think different.
I feel like for a lot of women, it's one of those things where you can think a bit more about what is that priority in your life.
Yeah,
As
I
well.
agree. Like for me, I agree with you with the friendship thing.
Mm.
I am prioritizing friendships, and I guess this year it kind of clicked that I have so many people who love and care about me that this guy, what can he provide me with that the people I love and care about can't provide me with, you
Mm.
know?
so true.
Exactly. So
You
true.
know?
Well, do you want to move on to the next
Yes.
question?
Yes.
Hit me with it. I'm ready.
So, I am really into this guy in my group project, but terrified of rejection. We had such a
no.
good conversation, which fingers crossed I was not annoying. He's hilarious and so nice. The only issue is he's very social, and I tend to be more introverted. I'm probably just another classmate to him. Sad face. However, I really want to get to know him more outside of the unit, but I'm unsure how to signal that to him without making the group project dynamic awkward or my feelings super obvious. Any tips?
Wait for the peer review.
I would say wait. I was going to say wait till the assignment's over
Yep.
and then find a way to link it back like, oh, did you see how grade is posted? If it's good,
Mhm.
hey, you want to go out and celebrate?
Exactly.
Oh,
Let's get a
yes.
coffee to celebrate our grade or celebrate
Or,
that it's
or
over.
have a chat about it if it went
Exactly.
bad.
Yeah, or if it went bad, yeah, let's see where, like, do you want to get a donut to, like, you know,
Get a
Commemorate.
commemorate or just be sad about it and eat a donut?
Or
because-
let's go get drunk because we
Mhm.
failed that so
Exactly.
badly.
Exactly.
And
like
Who
you
knows where
don't
we'll go.
you don't have to worry about being introverted or extroverted, I think.
Yeah.
Because I know so many people where one person is clearly the extroverted, outgoing, golden retriever, going to go and talk to everybody, and then the other one's the introverted person who's chilling out and letting the other person do all the talking.
Yeah.
So I feel like that isn't too much of an actual issue, which shouldn't be.
I think, like, if you kind of want to get to know this person, like, right now, and you don't want to wait for the project to be over, if you have their social media or whatever, just send them a meme and see how they
Yeah.
respond to that. If it prompts like a whole conversation and that, then they're interested in talking to you. And like, hopefully, if they decide to send a meme back, then hey, you got this thing going, and it could lead up to, you know, other things. Yeah.
So essentially, to communicate and let your crush know that you're interested, you send them a meme
Send
and you wait for a meme back.
So
Send a
simple.
meme. If they
So
show
simple.
the same energy on text, at least, I know some people are terrible texters, but better in person.
Yeah, but do you want to date a terrible texter?
No,
Better to find out sooner than
I'd
later.
rather
Yes.
be with someone who can text me properly. We don't
You
have
deserve
to.
that, Prina.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
But honestly, it's amazing how uncomplicated modern dating really is in that aspect then. Because imagine if you're in the 1800s, right?
Oh my God.
Full on bouquet. You got to have to court people. There's no such thing as dating, it's courting.
Wait for them to submit a joke in the local newspaper.
No.
The jester has to come and perform it.
Exactly.
And then if the jester performs one back to you.
Oh,
exactly.
Then it's love.
Exactly. Although I did see, actually, this would be a tangent.
All right.
But I remember seeing a reel where prom is a huge thing in the States.
Oh, yeah.
And you know those promposals?
Yeah.
Somebody decided to go full on medieval knights in shining armor.
Oh.
And full on ask this person to prom.
Did they say yes?
They did.
Okay, that's good.
But I'm honestly surprised she did. Because if that was in a 2000s movie, he'd be rejected on the spot.
Yeah.
A 2000s movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like Mean Girls style.
Yeah, yes.
Clicky.
I
We've
see.
got the cheerleader table. We've got the football table.
Like, that's
Exactly.
pathetic. No. I agree with you.
So I'm just glad that we haven't escalated to that level. It's come down to memes now.
But you said about like how it's so simple now. I feel like in the 1800s, the fact that you knew that, okay, there has to be courtship, you have to go through these rules, made it simpler.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
You
Over
had a guidebook.
here, now you don't know. You don't know. Everyone is afraid of rejection.
See, I feel like dating itself is hard. But in terms of getting someone's interest, if you can send a meme, that's probably easier than sending, here thy lies a bouquet of flowers on a white horse. I'm going to go ruffle, I don't know.
I want a white horse. What the hell?
Yeah.
I want a love letter, a handwritten love letter one day.
Nah, that gives me the ick.
No, one day, but like with someone who knows how to write. Don't just...
She's going to date a poet.
Okay, not a cringy one though.
Okay.
Like a nice one. Not like those rupee core kind of poems, you know, but like a proper letter. That would be nice.
See, I wonder, are you the type of person who would love to have, you know those scenes in the movies where a guy comes up and literally plays a song that's written about you?
Okay, look.
How would you react? How would you react if a
man started playing the guitar right now about like, and whatever he's doing, he's singing the song to me. I would not know where to look. I would be like, I would be like, oh my God, it's very nice. But I'm like, okay, do I just continue making eye contact with you until you finish singing? Do I look at the ceiling? Am I looking this way, that way? I would never do that to me, please.
It's like when you're getting sung happy birthday.
Exactly.
Yeah, that awkwardness.
You can't sing along and it's like, what am I doing?
Exactly. I'm just like, it's very nice, but never again. Please don't do that. Just record it and then I'll listen to it.
in a different
room where I don't have to see your face.
No eye contact.
And then I can come and thank you after.
Exactly. Would it be the same for you, Sass? Would you find it romantic?
No.
No.
I hate stuff like that.
You'd be like, it's too awkward, leave me alone.
It's too much.
It's too much.
I don't like, maybe it's like, do you guys know about love languages? Maybe. Yeah, it's like my love language isn't that sort of like showy sort of, and then words of affirmation-y kind of thing. It's more so like subtle quality time kind of things.
Oh, yes.
So like that's like the opposite of my love language. That freaks me out.
What are the love language? What is your language? What is your love language, Georgie?
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
So there's physical touch, quality time, gifts, words of affirmation,
acts of service.
Acts of service. One of those 5.
I'd probably say, what's it called? It's not gifts. Like that immediately what jumps out to me is it's not gifts. It would probably be either acts of
service.
Acts of service, yeah. Like, well, not if someone brings me a hot chocolate and I'm not feeling great, that's gonna make my day right there.
I agree. For me, it's quality time and acts of service are together for me. Like those are
nice.
The ones.
Yeah. And quality time.
Same.
It just shows like life is so busy. The fact that you can take time out of your life to spend with me, amazing.
Oh,
exactly.
Nice.
Even if it's just studying in the same room together.
And if you like them, it's like, I just want to be around you.
Exactly. And honestly, that's such a key indicator though, because I remember I was chatting to this one person where they're like, oh, I just don't like spending too much time, but I like the small time that we have together. I'm like, how are you in a relationship?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
no.
They didn't last long, put that way.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Like, just enjoying people's time, whether they're actually chatting or just sitting there and chilling out.
Yeah.
You can't replace that.
Exactly.
So, this one is not as romancy.
Okay.
So, this person's love letter is asking, why is uni life so lonely? Not even relationships, but also in terms of friendships. No one's willing to break out of their comfort zone and make new friends, but they just stick to friends that they already knew from high school. And they just choose to be alone. Or they just choose to be alone. Mm-hmm. I'm only in my first year and I'm worried I'm going to be alone for the next few years of my uni degree.
That is so sad.
But honestly,
also, you
very
can relate
relatable.
To it. Yeah.
Like, it was so me in my first year.
I feel like we've been lied to in a sense of what uni life is supposed to be like. Because the American college movies impact that. But also, I think when you talk to like parents or other people that have gone to university in like the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, very different.
They were like, that's where I met your dad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not meeting my future husband here.
No. But I think the main thing for people to know is it's very common experience.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people feel lonely in their first years. And like, I can speak because I came from a school where I think only one other person from my school came to Monash. And so when you come to university without that high school friendship group, it is rough. And like, you've been an international student.
Yeah.
That would have been even
It is rough because essentially all 90% of my friendships come from places that are not from class. And so some come from here, Radio Monash, some come from my what do you call that? My residential. And
student living.
I guess like 3 of them come from class.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very hard because essentially when you come here, especially people who live in Melbourne, they have their high school group of friends and they're not interested in getting to know other people.
They aren't. They actually really aren't.
It is really cliquey.
And and I'm just like, do you really like? Yeah, sometimes you can take high school friendships to old age, and that's fine. But essentially, people can grow out of you, and you can grow out of people, and then it does get harder as you get older to make friends. And so I guess just keep trying, join clubs and find people that you might have some things in common with. Don't be afraid to ask to hang out with some people, and if they're not showing the same energy, like
ask other people.
Yeah, ask other people. Essentially, it's the same thing with the advice I gave about dating, like asking confessing your love or like for people. It shows that you're brave. So taking that step for friendship, it shows that you're brave as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think it's not a rush. There's no real urge. Like, what's it called? I feel like a lot of people think they're running out of time to make friends once first year goes through. But honestly, most people I talk to and myself found friends in second and third year.
I made the most in my fourth. Yeah.
Mainly because you've kind of settled in and the university stress has calmed down.
Yeah.
But also, if you're in like a certain degree where you're taking a major pathway, once you're in your major, you'll start seeing more people across classes. So there's that opportunity there. And normally you just ask people, do you want to go get a coffee after class? Like it's normally as simple as that when it comes. All of the friends that I've made from classroom situations has been from let's go get a coffee after class.
Yeah.
What's it called? Or go to clubs, go to societies. Most of my friends aren't from aren't from my classrooms, but it's never too late and never force it.
And you go first.
Okay, sorry. I feel like if you don't show that initiative, everyone else is probably in the same boat as you and they're not wanting to show initiative either. And if no one's making the move, nothing's ever going to happen. So you just got to bite the bullet.
I agree with that. You just have to be brave. And I understand the feeling of pressure in your first year because society and even the media has shown you that, okay, first year is where you do all the fun stuff, like when you continue the degree, and that is just like it dials down. It's not true. It's not true. You can still do the fun stuff in all your other years. So there's no rush to like feel the need to make a friend in first year. I understand the part of you may be feeling lonely, and you will get through it. You will meet people who you click with. It just takes time.
It really does.
It takes time. And if you think about your friendships, like all the way back till when you were a baby, you've lost friends as well. And it's essentially the same thing. Like sometimes you were just friends with people because they were in the same area as you. Now there's a whole world, and you have the opportunity to actually choose who you want to be friends with. And I guess this is also an opportunity to learn about yourself as well.
Exactly. And it also just takes effort. Like it's not high school where you can walk up in, you know, you're with the same people day in, day out for years at a time. You do have to make a genuine effort, and it can be very scary for people to do that. But what are you going to miss out on? Like if you never actually take initiative to take that first step and bridge that gap between someone who you think, oh, we could be friends, it'll never happen. And there's no downside. I think one of the great things about uni though is it's such a large, like at least for Monash, it's such a large campus.
Massive.
After the semester ends, if something goes wrong, it's highly unlikely you'll ever bump into that person ever again.
I agree.
Like, so there's really, what can you really lose?
I guess, like, to be honest with me, friendship rejection is worse than romantic rejection.
Yeah.
So true.
So like,
ouch.
That is the like scary part. But at the end of the day, if you try to be their friend and they're not showing that energy, it's the same as if you didn't try at all.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly. So at the end of the day, just take a shot. No harm can really come of it. Know that you're not alone in that.
If you get rejected, just think, man, these people.
But why would you want to hang out with them anyway? These
people are so stuck in their ways that they don't even see how cool I am. Like,
exactly.
Well, whatever. They can get over themselves.
You're not missing out. If they reject you, they're not. What's it called? You're not missing out on what they have to offer, because there's clearly they're not offering anything.
Oh yeah.
So yes,
we should move on to the next one.
Ooh.
This is just really funny. So I screenshotted it. The most intimacy I'll ever experience in my life is when the McDonald's workers' fingertips invariably touch mine when they hand over the soft serve cone, because the cone is too small to fit two hands without them touching.
Those cones are really awkward to get out of a drive-through window, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, it's like a brush your fingers, like, ooh.
But like, do you not order food from other places? Like, why is it just McDonald's?
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be more concerned if you were just going to McDonald's.
Well, that's the most intimacy they said they'll ever
experience. Get a cat or a dog.
Or get a hot water bottle.
Yeah,
a fluffy one, and you can cuddle with that.
Get a massage.
Exactly.
Okay. Yes, pay for other people.
Just go ask for a hug. Just go get a hug from someone.
If someone asked me that, I'd be like, no.
See, okay. Are you someone who? Are you hugs. A hugger?
Nah,
you're not a hugger.
No.
I will only hug someone I'm friends with. I wouldn't hug people I don't know.
See, I have a hug hierarchy.
Ooh, go on.
So I am not likely to initiate the first hug, like ever. But once that barrier is kind of broken, I will hug.
That's true.
And it's only with close friends. It's not with everyday whatnot.
I see.
But it's funny because my sister's the opposite. She hates being hugged, whether that's family members or friends. She's just not a hugger. So the only time I can hug her, we'll have to literally tackle her to the ground and hug her. So what's it called? So yeah. Anyway,
that's funny with me. I'm actually me and my sister, when we have to hug each other, we feel so awkward. It's like we have to hug. We have to show that we're actually siblings and that we love each other. No.
And so it just gets awkward.
It gets awkward. But I have no problem with hugging my friends. I'm like,
See,
but my sister, I'm like, I love you.
But
at the same time, like, we can't show people that we love each other. No, it's weird. No, it's not our dynamic. We like to banter. We like to argue.
It's your thing.
Yeah.
That's your sister love relationship, though. Exactly. That's how you show love. You bicker.
But I guess this person was talking about, like, romantic intimacy. But look, I don't know what to tell you.
Just get out more. Stop going to McDonald's.
Yeah, maybe start there. Don't go to McDonald's.
Go and look up a new cafe and try and talk about conversation with it. There's plenty of social events. Go to an event and strike up conversations.
Networking event.
Exactly.
Network.
Exactly. Anyway, well, the next love letter, which is also from another clueless guy. I feel like half of these are by clueless guys.
Okay.
So it starts off with, please help a clueless guy here to understand. If it is a super cold day and you still decide to come to uni in a short skirt that is clearly revealing, what is the aim of this? Are you kind of showing off, or do you want people to turn their heads toward you? Or are you on the search for a mate or a one-night stand? First off, because there's a lot to unpack there. Who's mating? We're not animals. We're not primates who are about to mate and start breeding.
This is not wildlife. This is not National Geographic. Okay.
David Attenborough's not here.
Exactly. You are clueless.
Yeah.
Go and find the clue.
But you know what? He's taken initiative to start trying to not be clueless, which we can applaud.
If a girl wants to wear a mini skirt in winter, I will be like, girl, you are brave. Yeah. You are brave for doing that, because me, personally, I would freeze to death.
Yeah.
If she wants to wear it, who am I? It's not going to affect my life.
Keep in mind, too, is that there's a common saying when it comes to fashion. What's it called? I can't remember it exactly, but there's no pain without gain or something like that. You can't, like, if you want to be fashionable, there's always going to be some amount of discomfort. Exactly. Like, if you've got a certain aesthetic or a certain style, like, for instance, heels, for example, a lot of women like to wear heels.
Exactly.
They're not pain-free.
Exactly. They are painful.
It's the same with cold. Like, for instance, in high school, you had to wear skirts.
But like, wait. I'm gonna stop you there.
Yeah.
When you see a guy wearing shorts in winter,
we question them too.
Like, we're like, why are you wearing shorts in winter? We don't think that, he's showing his legs. Is it mating season?
No.
We
think, how are you not freezing to death?
Exactly.
And how do you not have frostbite?
Is it just because it's a girl, she's wearing a skirt?
Mm-hmm.
Or if she wore shorts, you're like, it's mating season. But when guys wear shorts in winter, and I know a few who wear shorts in winter.
With Birkenstocks.
With Birkenstocks. And it was like one of the coldest days. No one thinks, you trying to mate? There's your clue.
Exactly.
There's your clue. When you see your guy friends wearing shorts, maybe they're looking to hook up with you, okay? Because they're showing your legs. Their legs, okay? Mr. Clueless guy.
Mr. Clueless. But, most of the time it is for the fashion. Exactly. And some people are really, really eager to show off their sense of fashion. And it happens to come in the form of a shorter skirt.
That's true.
Because it's stylish.
There's your clue.
So, step 1, remove the word mate from your vocabulary. And what's it called? And you know what? Why don't you can become fashionable.
I agree.
Embrace your sense of style.
I agree. Maybe you should wear a mini skirt as well. And then,
you can come and slay the day.
Exactly.
Show off who you are. So, I think we'll wrap up with one more question.
Okay.
So, short girls getting mad is either really cute, but very deadly. It's a scary combo. First you look at them and they go, "Oh, she's so cute, let me just pat her." And then you go, "Ow, she bit my goddamn finger." Do you think short girls normally come with a deadly attitude?
Is it because I'm short?
Well, you can, as I said, you can speak from personal experience.
I don't know. Do I give a deadly kind of attitude?
Deadly? No.
This is the question that you need to answer.
Okay.
If someone pissed me off, and take in mind that I am short, do you think I would be angry the same way?
I don't think my life would be in danger. I don't think you're like a deadly venomous snake.
Oh, no.
But I do think you'd give me a run for my money.
Mm-hmm. Am I like intimidating?
To me, no. To others,
No.
yes.
Amazing.
But like, for
Love
instance, my sister, love you, I'm throwing you under the bus here. She's also short. But she is cute but deadly.
See, I think that because we're short, people just think that we're like bunnies. And like,
you're not a cute little bunny?
no, I think it's not the fact that, okay, all short people are deadly. It's just because you perceive us as bunnies. And if we were tall, you wouldn't perceive us as bunnies. So when
True.
we show like a deadly attitude, it doesn't phase you. But because you've had this perception already, it's like, oh my God, she can actually do something.
But I wonder if it also comes from this idea that, I don't know, because when you're short, you look very young. And I guess it's one of those things where you get misunderstood for not knowing what you're doing type thing. And then it's like, no, excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I guess like I have two answers. We are closer to hell and dynamite comes in small packages.
True.
That's
Very,
how
very
I'll,
true.
That's how I'll wrap that up.
That's how you'll wrap that up. Well, thank you to everybody who has listened in to our very first episode.
Woo!
Woohoo! We did it. We will definitely be having a Love Letters Part 2 because we had way more questions.
Exactly.
And it is clear that it will not take us a minute a question.
That is true. That is
very,
true.
very true.
Our lovely Sass had to like leave in the middle of it.
She's very busy.
We hope you enjoyed her insights as well. And stay tuned for our next episode.
Exactly. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at uncensored.nonsense and chuck us a follow on Spotify as well.
Yeah. Will we be on Apple Music?
Can you follow people on Apple Podcasts? If you can, follow us there too.
Yeah, we don't know how it works.
We don't know how it works. We're just winging it.
We're just grannies.
What's it called? No, I'm the granny.
We're both grannies.
That's an argument for another episode.
Okay,
That is an argument for another episode. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone.
Also, don't forget to check out radiomonash.online. That is where we will also post this podcast, and you can also check out a lot of other amazing podcasts on there.
This podcast has been recorded at Radio Monash.
Woo!
And I should note actually to say that because I actually run the place, but I forgot my own rule. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, guys.
Everyone have a lovely day.
I hope you've enjoyed some uncensored nonsense.
Bye.
And till next episode. Bye.
Bye.